Intermittent fasting can help with your detoxification effectiveness and efficiency. This has been my experience. I'll explain exactly what I mean by that and how to do it. First, let me say I'm not a medical doctor. It's not medical advice. It's based on my personal experience and 22 years of experience I have. This is for informational and educational purposes only. So back to the topic. How can you use intermittent fasting to actually benefit you detox-wise? Well, the reality is when you're digesting food, you're not detoxing, okay? So if you are, eating food first thing in the morning when you wake up and you're eating food last thing at night before you go to bed, you're going to have food sitting there overnight. It's going to impair your liver function. You're going to wake up with undigested food in your stomach, and then you're going to eat food right away, and what's going to happen? It's going to stop you from detoxing all over again. So if you want to be able to actually give your body time to detox and get rid of some of these backed up chemicals and crap that's in there, you have to give yourself an extended period of time with no food that's being digested. So let's say, for example, there are a few different ways you can do intermittent fast. There's typically a 16-8 fast, which is 16 hours not eating, 8 hours eating. There is a 18-6 fast, okay, which is 18 hours not eating and 6 hours eating. Those are the two most popular. My favorite would say be the 16 hours not eating, 8 hours eating. For example, eating from 12 p.m. until 8 p.m. and then not eating from 8 p.m. until 12 p.m. or 11:59 a.m. And this is a great tool to be able to give your liver a break. Your liver typically detoxes from 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. in the morning. That's what they've shown. And that is when it's at its most important, most critical time to be able to detox the body. So if you're eating at 8, by the time that it's 11 o'clock, you would have digested your food. Your liver would be able to detox. You'll have from 8 until 12, which is 16 hours that you won't be digesting food. Now, if you need something during that time, you don't have to just have absolutely nothing. You could have some type of juice, a carrot juice, an apple juice, ideally some type of juice would be best. If you need to, you could do a smoothie as long as it's just like liquefied, it's not real thick. That could be something you can use, late morning or something if you can't make it the full 16 hours. But in my experience, this has been really helpful. When I was really sick with mold illness, chronic illness, autoimmune illness, my food was just sitting in my stomach, and I was just my body was just a wreck. I couldn't digest much of anything. So I had to give my digestive system a break, had to give my liver, my kidneys a break. And what I did was first thing in the morning, I didn't eat anything. If anything, I had a little bit of colostrum, I had some juice, I had some type of liquid nutrition, nothing to actually digest really hard, something that was just a little easy to digest, like a liquid nutrition. And that seemed to help. It at least held me off for a few hours, and then I would have some fruit, and then eventually I'd work into a starch and a vegetable or something like that. But the reality is, if you want to be able to heal your liver, you can't be eating 18 hours, 20 hours a day. You got to be giving yourself a break. You got to be giving your liver a break. So start off the morning with just liquids, and then move into fruits, and then eventually by noon, 1, 2 o'clock, get into a starch and a vegetable, and start eating until 8 o'clock. Eat pretty consistently then, or relatively heavy then, to catch up. Make sure you're not deficient in calories. But it's really important to not overeat significantly to the point where you feel full. Just keep eating more consistently. If you eat till you're full, then you're putting stress on the liver, you're putting stress on your stomach, you're putting stress on your immune system. So eat until you're not full, and then take a break, eat some more, do the intermittent fasting. Always lean on liquid nutrition. It's always going to be easiest on the digestive system. It's always going to be easiest to break down. This is going to be the best way to do it. Smoothies, juices, colostrum, raw milk, things like that. But don't neglect the fiber. You can't neglect the fiber. Make sure you increase your fiber significantly during the time you're eating, because if you're not eating much, you're having just mostly liquids, then you're eating a low fiber diet. This is not going to be good for your liver. You need fiber to bind to the toxins to help the bowels eliminate. And this is the story. So everybody, if you have any questions, reach out to me. My website's endsickness.org. I got hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos in there teaching you how to heal yourself. Thanks for watching.